Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. We've crossed over 900. Audio is available on this channel, and would love if you subscribed and gave us ideas for more. I hope to get to 1,000 within the next month or so, and maybe even 1,500 by the end of the year. I think that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, and a lot of that depends on my schedule. If you're looking for coaching in any number of ways, how to break habits, how to break patterns is one thing I work with. If you're looking for that, please feel free to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either way is going to get you where you need to be, and would love to be of service to you in that way. So some habits that will make you sad, and not that we want to be sad, but these are habits that you can have that will make you sad. So the first thing is judging others. When you're constantly in judgment, you're also worried about other people judging you. So this means that you are in a place where you are constantly kind of looking over your shoulder. You're looking at other people and going, why aren't they this way, that way, or every other way? And then what begins to happen is you go, well, if I'm judging them, then they're judging me, and what are they thinking of me? And you're so in your head that you're not really enjoying people. Look, people make discernments and judgments all the time, and sometimes they judge over silly things like political affiliation or religion or things that really divide us, and other times they judge based on things like behavior that we can alter. But regardless, judging another person or the fear of being judged can make you sad, and the more you get into either side of that, the harder it is. The next is dependence on social media, and I'm so huge on this. There are a number of clients, I'd say at least 25 to 30% of my clients, who actually, when they begin working with me, realize that they are dependent upon, in various and unhealthy ways, on the image that they have on social media and or the nature at which their public perception is, or just checking in with social media to feel more important, or and then what happens is when they don't get as many likes or as many comments, or other people are living what they perceive to be a better life than them, they go into depression, they go into anxiety. Why isn't my life further along? Why haven't I done this or that? And here's the reality, none of it matters. It's all artificial. You don't know that the photos that are there are real or false. You don't know whether a person who's smiling in a photo is actually happy. You don't know whether it's been photoshopped. You don't know whether it actually is going to make a difference in the end. But what you know is it's making you uncomfortable, but you do it anyway. Isn't that kind of silly? At the end of the day, dependence on social media is like dependence on anything else. Sooner or later, it will leave you deprived of what you really need. And so getting away from that is important as well. The next is comparison. The image of competition and the image of comparison is one of the most damaging things to the psychological and mental and emotional health of humanity, because if you're comparing with someone else, that means you're not working on yourself. If you're comparing with someone else, it also means you're not necessarily focusing on things you can change and or things that you can get out of life in a better or easier or more simple way. The next lie, the next self deception is that you can't change. I hear this so often. I'll never change. I've always been this way, or it's too hard to change. No, change is just about making different decisions. Now, you may say, I'm comfortable in the way that I am, or the way that I've been, or the way that I feel, or the way that I don't want to confront change. I'm afraid. That's fine, but the misnomer that you can't change is completely it's irrational and irrelevant and not based in actual truth. Any person can change. Few people will, because few are willing to look past the complaining and realize what it really is about, which is they don't desire to change as much as they think they do. They just want things to be different without the hard work. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's where you are. But you also have to understand, if you're not willing to put in the work, you're not going to get the result. So it's kind of one of those 50-50 things where you got to figure out what you really want out of things in a different way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you are in a good space, bad space, or whatever. It just means you got to figure out what's going to work for you, where is life going for you, and how do you make that all come together. In any event, kind of the next thing to look at is, at the end of the day, fighting others' beliefs, trying to convince someone to believe something different. Look, if they're open minded and you want to have a discussion, that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's not your job to worry about what other people believe. It's not your job to worry about what other people think. When there's discourse, when there's discussion, when there's a willingness for people to change their viewpoint or opinion, engage in that and have fun with it. But if it becomes unhealthy or untenable, release it, because it's not going to lead you anywhere long term anyway. So hopefully this is helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.